Hello everyone, welcome back to another video from the Daddy Matt Experience channel. I'm your host, Daddy Matt, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some possible things that I might be selling or getting rid of in the coming future, or maybe in a few days, once I get the time to do it. Well, I do have a lot of time today, so I might do it today. But I know my hair is kind of messy on this Wednesday evening and whatnot here in New York, but it is what it is. It's in the 80s right now, so it's going to be pretty hot today. But yeah, over probably the last kind of yesterday and into today, I've kind of been thinking of getting rid of some old collectibles that I haven't collected in a while. I have a bunch of Funko Pops down in my basement that are just in large cardboard boxes, just collecting dust that have been down there for quite a while. I haven't touched them in probably years. Back then, when I was younger, I used to collect Funko Pops like crazy, but as I've gotten older, I've stopped collecting them and other things like Pokemon cards and Hot Wheels. I have a bunch of those, and they're just kind of collecting dust. And I have some vintage like 90s football cards. Um, they're just kind of like sitting, and some of them I've been thinking of getting PSA graded, but I just haven't had. I've just been kind of putting it off, and it costs money to have the cards PSA graded and stuff. But I was thinking of either having like a garage sale to sell them off, or either doing like a trade in, selling them to like a collectible store, like a comic book shop or any store that has that's all about like memorabilia and collectibles and stuff, possibly selling them or trading them into a place like that, or GameStop. I think they do trade-ins where they'll take in like old gaming systems and a bunch of stuff, um, and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. I would have to go to one of these stores personally and ask who's ever, you know, there, whatever day I go in, and say like, do you guys do trade-ins on like Funko Pops, whatever, and see what they say. Because honestly, they're just kind of collecting dust and taking up space down in my basement or in my room. I'm not saying my room is messy or anything or just full of stuff, but there's it's just collecting dust. There's no point of just staying there. Some of this stuff just collecting dust and not doing anything. It's easier to just sell off some stuff you don't really need or hold any sort of sentimental value to, and just get rid of it for some cash. Because obviously, as you guys all know, I'm going to college in August. It's not like I'm staying at college, but I'm going to be going to college, so that money can be used for college and some other things. But yeah, I don't want stuff to just be collecting dust and just sitting and sitting. Like with everything, it's pretty everything that I've collected. It's pretty much in good condition. Like the Funko Pops, I've never taken them out of the box. I've kept them in the box the way they were. Um, no matter what condition they were in, if the box was a little scuffed up or whatever, I always kept them in the box. I never took them out to put on like display or anything like that. They're in the box, not touched and stuff, and they've just been kind of sitting collecting dust in large cardboard boxes down in my basement. And then Hot Wheels, I've normally placed in like a box or something underneath my bed, and then for the Pokemon cards, they're just in this big binder that's caked in dust on top, so they've just been kind of sitting in caked in dust. And then I have some old vintage football cards that I have like in baggies for some of them that are I wanted to get PSA graded that I've been putting off because PSA grading costs money, and some of the cards are only worth like maybe a few dollars. And I got some other ones that I've kind of categorized into PSA grading or only selling for a few dollars. I might either sell them, like I said, through a garage sale, or some type of like trade in at like maybe a GameStop or a collectible store where their main focus is memorabilia or collectibles or something like that. Obviously, I want to make sure I do my homework before selling stuff off so that I don't get lowballed and not get, the money that it's worth. Um, if I go to, sell this stuff. But yeah, I've just been thinking about that recently. I don't know why it came up to my mind, but I just kind of been, I don't know, just, trying to, I guess, do a lot of stuff for this summer, cleaning on my house. Or not cleaning out my house, but just getting rid of stuff that I used to collect that I don't really need anymore just to free up some space. I mean, you know, it's stuff that's just been sitting that I haven't touched in years, and it's just sitting, and there's no point of it just to just keep sitting when there's probably somebody that's looking for, well, my friend has said that the Funko company is supposedly going down the tubes. So who knows if the value of Funko Pops will start to increase or decrease in value? Who knows if there'll be Funko Pops in the future, if they'll even exist anymore? So I guess it's good to try to get rid of them now while I have a few of a decent chunk of them that might be worth a bit of money, since some of them I think I have are rare that you don't see selling in a GameStop store or any store for that matter. Normally, Funko Pops these days go between $10 to $15, depending on which ones they are. I know some are like bobbleheads, some are exclusives and all that, and then they make like little keychains and all this other stuff, Funko Pop related stuff. But I just have your regular run of the mill Funko Pops. Maybe there's one or two in my collection that are sitting down in the basement collecting dust in the cardboard boxes. Maybe a few of them are bobbleheads, but I never collected like the little keychains or like the little mini ones or anything like that. And like I've said, I've never taken any of them out of the box. They're just the way I bought them is the way I bought them. I used to have in my brother's room a gigantic tower where I stacked them all, and it got so big that we had to put them somewhere else, like in cardboard boxes. So yeah, but yeah, that's been on my mind lately, and I wanted to let you guys all know. So I don't know. But as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my socials, like my Instagram and my Discord, which are linked in the About Me section of this channel. Go show some love and support to my boy Willie D and my TikTok man Inspiration Victor Tito, whose channels are also linked in the About Me section of this channel. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you get notified whenever I make my next video. And yeah, I will see you guys all in Friday's video. I know I kind of went on a yap session, but I have a lot of things on my mind this summer. And yeah, I will see you guys all in Friday's video. Peace.